this is odd. This is a bizarre way to do things, but here is what will happen in this class, because as you know, this class is getting ready to end. English 101 ends at the end of the semester, and we start a whole new class with a new textbook and all that kind of stuff. Now, my juniors in AP Language will be using the same textbook that you used for English 101. So if you did buy it and you'd like to unload it on somebody else, check with one of the juniors in AP Language and Comp, because they'll probably buy it off of you, which is easier than having to sell it online or something like that. You have completed your big assignment for this class already. That was your Unit 3 essay that hopefully you turned in before last night. Is anybody still working on that? Okay. If you have not turned that in yet, that's where you need to be focusing all your attention, because you can still pass the class without the two little grades that we've got coming up. They're worth like 5 and 10% each. That unit paper is worth 25% and acts as an exit exam for the class. So you have to pass the unit paper in order to pass the course. These other things, you may not be thrilled with your grade, but you can still pass even if you miss them. So if you haven't turned in your Unit 3 essay, that's where I want you putting all your attention today. Otherwise, you can go ahead and start on your annotated bibliography, which is this little fella here. This is easy. It may be a little bit time consuming, but it's not hard work. And it is based on the same works cited page that you had for your Unit 3 essay. Now, if you didn't have 3 sources in your Unit 3 essay, or if none of your sources were from the library databases, then you will need to do a little additional research. But most of you should have had 3 sources already, at least one of them from the library database, and you can use the exact same sources that you used on your Unit 3 essay. Annotated bibliographies are simple. You'll take your works cited page just as it appeared, provided you don't have to do any extra research, and annotate it. Who can tell me what the word annotate means?
Summarize, sort of.
Close. It's right in the middle. You add notes. Summary is part of it. What you will have on your annotated bibliography is your works cited entry and 3 sentences, which are a brief summary, and you may need more than 1 sentence in order to summarize, but it's not required that it be more than a sentence. How you found it, which is like what kind of keywords you used and things like that, what kind of search terms, and how it was or was not useful for your paper. Okay, that's all it is. It shouldn't take you more than a couple of days. And really, it wouldn't take you a couple of days, except we're learning in such odd circumstances right now that I'm trying to provide as much grace as I can. Other than that, your only other activity before the course is over is an MLA exam, which should be easy for you because you've been using MLA documentation most of the semester. So it's just a matter of proving that you know it. And we wouldn't really be doing that except it's required for the course by the college. So, but at this point, you've been doing the MLA for so long, I don't even think you will need to study for that, as long as you've not been having trouble using it. Okay, questions, comments?
I have some questions.
Yes, sir.
They're not really related to those assignments, though, but they are related to the class.
Okay.
So, will this class and 102 only carry over to certain colleges or all in Kentucky?
You should be fine in Kentucky.
How many English credits do you need just for general ed?
Just for what?
General education. And
It depends on the college, and it depends on your degree. Some schools require, typically, if you're talking about outside of a community college, if you're talking about like a 4-year university, typically the English requirement is 9. English 101, English 102, and an elective, or like English 201, which is usually like literature. Usually 2 writing classes and a lit class. Sometimes they'll mix that up with some elective stuff. Sometimes it'll be 12 hours instead of 9, and that's if you're not English adjacent, like you're not majoring in history or poli-sci or something like that, where they think the writing is really important. In your case, if you're going into engineering, it would just be gen ed, and I imagine it's not, most places.
Okay. Just curious how much this got me. I was just curious how much these two classes got me for.
At some schools, that will be it. It'll just be 6 hours, but not at most. Most are gonna require at least 9 or 12.
On this assignment, what if we used more than 3 sources? Do we just narrow down which ones we wanna use?
If you use more than 3 sources, I would like you to prioritize the ones from the library database, but you still don't have to use more than 3.
Okay.
So, if you used 6 and 3 of them were from the database, choose the 3 that were.
Okay.
That came up in first period too. Anything else? How many of you are rolling over to 102 in the coming semester? Is anybody not? Okay, do I have any questions online? Okay. I videoed this on my tablet the same way I do all of the, I've been doing lectures when I was alone in the classroom. So here in a few minutes, I'll get it put up in case you logged in late and you need to go back to the beginning or something like that. If you feel like you missed something, I will put this online. But for now, the rest of us are gonna get started working either on papers that we need to finish or on annotated bibliography. You are welcome to hang out with me if you want to. I'm just gonna keep the room open. But you are also welcome to hang up now if you're done with me, cause I'm done with you. Yes, ma'am?
Whenever I was trying to find this, it wasn't posted on like the top of the classroom, and I had to type it in like 4 times to get into the thing. That's why I was like, it's because, I don't know, I guess the link wasn't working for me. Do you have like a link, like all my other classes have the, I guess it would be URL posted in the little drop-down thing below the class name.
Right. Well,
Recurring problem.
well, when people don't do that, it's a matter of security. It's so nobody can log in from, when you're not in there. I can't imagine that you all are gonna, is this something that you're likely to do? I'll see what I can do about that, Kate.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Anybody else? Okay, I'll go ahead and get the video posted, and you're welcome to hang out if you want to, but that's all the presenting I will be doing for today. And you know where I am if you need me.